My friends, do you feel it? Do you feel the shift? Right here on June 29th, we had the cataclysmic ingress. Jupiter leaving Cancer and moving into Leo. And it is one of the greatest transits of the entire 2026. Thank God, thank God, thank God. And we can get out of our emotions for a little bit and play. I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. You deserve to know it. And I want you to do something extraordinary with this ingress into Leo. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Jupiter moving through all 12 houses and what this means for you personally. What are you supposed to do with this energy? What are you supposed to create? So I'm going to tell you 3 important things that you're supposed to do with this absolutely fancy, fabulous, incredible, magnificent ingress into Leo. I don't want you to squash it and I don't want you to squander it. And you have 1 year. You have 1 year to do your Jupiter in Leo. What house is it in? So you got to go get your gorgeous natal chart and you got to tell me what house is 0 degrees Leo in. 0 degrees to 29 degrees Leo. Where is that in your chart? And then I want you to listen to those particular houses. But first, I'm going to talk to you about what this actually means. Okay. I'm going to show you the chart and then we're going to talk about what you're supposed to do with this gosh darn good energy. I cannot wait. Let's dive in and let's go deep. First of all, I want to show you the chart, okay? So you can see I built this for Seattle, Washington, because that's where I live. And at 11:46 p.m. on June 29th, Jupiter right here is at 0 degrees, Leo, 0 minutes right there. And it pops right into the 6th house at its initial ingress. Now, this is really, really exciting because we're going to have Mercury. Mercury's going to retrograde for a while, but eventually it will connect with that Jupiter, which is going to be really exciting. So what you want to do is you want to go look at your chart and you want to see where you have 0 degrees Jupiter. And that is where this good luck, this optimism, this abundance, this creativity is finding you. And it's going to live there in the sign of Jupiter for about a year, right here until July 25th, 2027. So it's actually about 13 months, okay? So I'm going to give you your little formula of 3 things you can do based on where your Jupiter is at in your chart. And you have a whole year to implement the idea and really get the juicy fruit out of this life-giving, optimistic, fulfilling opportunity for you. So you have between now, when you're watching this video. So just know that by the time you watch this video, Jupiter has already moved into Leo by a couple of days, and it's going to live there till July 25th, 2027. Let's talk all about it. I swear, I think the World Cup initiated this energy. I really do. The World Cup started when Jupiter was in Cancer, creating like a feeling of home. Plus, the United States of America is Cancerian. I also know the World Cup was in Mexico, and they created such a concept of family and Canada. And I know they really rocked it too. But I think, and then the World Cup is going to end. It's going to actually end when Jupiter moves into Leo. So it's going to end with a bang. I think the world is ready to shine again. I think the world is ready to feel blessings, abundance, happiness, joy. And this is one of the luckiest transits of the whole entire year. And it's just starting. So after a year of focusing on home and family and emotional healing and our hearts and creating an internal sense of security or not feeling safe at all when Jupiter was traveling through Cancer. And Jupiter does like being in Cancer. I mean, I do think it was one of the things that helped us along the way, hobble through the last year, if you will. But when Jupiter enters Leo, it's almost like life becomes electric again. Life wants us to stop hiding. It wants us to stop playing small. So wherever this is taking place in your chart, go get your gorgeous natal chart. Go see what house you have Leo in. And it could be in 1, 2, possibly 3, unlikely, but possibly. There are some of you. And we're gonna talk about this. But this is the arena in life where you need to take up more space, where you need to stop apologizing for yourself. And the universe is asking a powerful question right now to you. Here's the question, and I want you to genuinely answer it and answer it in the comments. What if you became the fullest version, the fullest expression of who you came here to actually be? What if you became your biggest, brightest self? What would that look like? What would that look like? So Jupiter is the great benefic. It is the planet that is called the great benefic because wherever Jupiter goes, it expands the energy, it expands the theme. So the house in which Jupiter is traveling through is expanding for you. There's great expansion. It blesses, it magnifies, it brings opportunity, it brings hope, a newfound faith, it opens up doors, it brings optimism and wisdom and abundance and faith and even education and travel and prosperity and growth. Now, it can also bring excess. So right now I'm talking about it in its virtue. Yes, go bigger, stretch yourself. And what does Leo represent? Leo represents your divine spark. It does. Leo is one of the most radiant places in your chart, even if you're not a Leo. It rules your creativity, your heart, your joy, your children, if you have them, your attachment or concept of romance. The way in which you lead in life, it represents your pride, your courage, your performance. The way in which you celebrate yourself and other people, it represents taking the mask off and finding the true, authentic version of you. It also represents the mask in which you wear to hide the authentic self. And it represents living life wholeheartedly, fully, right? To the margins. And Leo is asking you, what makes your soul come alive? Tell me, what makes your soul come alive? What do you love doing? So now go with me. I want you to imagine taking the biggest planet. This planet, Jupiter, is like 13,300 times the size of Earth. So take a string and go around the Earth 13,000 times plus some. And that's how big of the space we're talking about. And now placing that energy into the biggest hearted sign there is, the most generous sign there is. This is not quiet energy. This is radiant energy. This is vitality. This is impossible to ignore. Jupiter in Leo is saying, stop dimming your light in order to make other people comfortable. You know, the golf clap? No, we're not looking for the golf clap. We're looking for total euphoria. Like, wah! Wah, right? Like cheering, like being a Scottish fan at the World Cup. We're not looking for the golf clap. No, we are looking for playing full out. And so the great collective theme over the past several years, humanity has become, have you noticed, really friggin' serious. Yeah, why? Because we have to. Because it's serious business. And many of us have forgotten how to play or how to laugh. And we've carried this enormous burden of uncertainty with money and security and healthcare and not feeling like we're provided for or helped or assisted. And we've forgotten how to play. We have forgotten how to dream. We have even forgotten to celebrate. We have forgotten how to nourish the little kid that lives inside of us. You know, you are a guardian to that little tiny person that lives inside of you. You know, that 4-year-old, you know, that 6-year-old that used to be you, that played in an unbridled way. Well, you have become the guardian of that little person that still lives inside of you. Are you doing a good job? Do you make that little person inside of you happy? Do you make that little person feel joyful? Do you let that little person dance and celebrate and dream? So Jupiter in Leo reminds us that joy is not a luxury. Joy is not for the rich and wealthy. Joy is fuel. The happiest people are most often creative. They're making it up as they go. The most creative people become great innovators. Joy creates Courage. To tell you the truth, it really does. And courage can change the world. So, what you're going to see collectively over the next 13 months, you're going to see quite possibly a creative renaissance, explosive growth in entertainment, film, music, theater, dance, the arts, and invest in your local arts, invest in your local bands, invest in your local theater, invest in your local ballet. Why? They deserve it. Without the arts, we're sad. Right? Invest in your poetry contest, your open mic. You learn how to play an instrument. You learn how to dance. Yes. Yes. Make your heart happy and do something creative. You're going to also see at this time, there will be new leaders emerging in this world with charisma and vision. Vision is Jupiter, charisma is Leo. Like you're going to see the most charismatic leaders come to the forefront. You're also going to see more entrepreneurs taking bolder risks. Is that you? Is that you? You're going to see an increased emphasis on personal brands. And you're going to see that people want to invest their money in the mom and pop shops. In the entrepreneurial boutique shops, not the giant corporations, Del Monte, right? You're going to support like the grandmother's, pasta sauce. And the shop that sells it. So you're going to see a greater celebration of individuality and creative talent. And more people are choosing passion over security. Yes. The shadow side, let's talk about that because Jupiter transits also expands excess. And Leo's shadow can become arrogance, drama, unnecessary toxic drama, needing constant attention, overspending to impress others, impressing others, mistaking applause for fulfillment. That's not you. I know that's not you, but we know those people. The lesson is super simple. True confidence is quiet. It might make a statement, but it's not garish, right? The ego is loud. Jupiter asks us to grow our hearts, not just our image. The spiritual lesson, Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun does not compare itself to the stars. It just shines. It just shines. One of the greater lessons of Jupiter in Leo is your light was never meant to compete with someone else's. It was meant to illuminate your unique purpose. And I want to tell you, if you want to become an astrologer, I love getting to teach you through my Athena Academy of Astrology. And I mean that. I absolutely mean that. And after you take 10 courses with me at the Athena Academy of Astrology, you will have a video chart reading assignment. And after you pass that, you will become level 1 certified at the Athena Academy of Astrology. And I want to tell you, I love illuminating your light in this world, especially if I can support you as a professional astrologer. And I mean that with my whole heart. I want to put 1,000 fabulous, phenomenal astrologers into their spotlight. I want to help them illuminate their corner of the world. And guess what? There's room for you. There's room for you. We will share and we will illuminate the world together. And that's my biggest hope. That's why I created the Academy. So if you want to learn more about astrology, go check it out. shopsoulnavigation.com. Go check out the Athena Academy of Astrology. You can start any day, anytime, any place, anywhere. It's really convenient. It's also affordable. And I just love this. And I love sharing my light with you so we can illuminate our lights together and be bigger and brighter in this world and be a part of the world that wants to inspire and empower others. Oh, I could go on and on and on. I'm so excited. Okay, let's keep talking. I'm going to give you your soul's prescription during the Jupiter and Leo transit. So if you want to work consciously with this transit, begin now. Start right now. So these are ideas in general that Jupiter and Leo is asking you to do. And then we're going to look at where this falls in your chart. And then I'll give you very specific things you can do to really step into the power of this incredible transit. Doesn't it sound like fun? It is. So the very first thing is create something that only you can create. Now, let me tell you why jealousy is like a wasted emotion, because nobody else is you. Nobody else can say it like you, teach it like you, be it like you, do it like you. I'm never going to be Madonna. I could go out and try to be Madonna, and guess what? She doesn't need to be jealous of me. I'm never going to be her. I'm never going to be Paris Hilton. I'm never going to be George Clooney. I'm never going to be Brad Pitt. I'm never going to be, okay? I'm never going to be. I can only do me. So jealousy is so pointless, because when you're in the originality of your own self, I'm going to tell you what happens. Jealousy melts away. Why? Because no one else can be you. Do you get the power of that? Like, jealousy is such a wasted emotion. So this is a time for you to consciously work with this transit and do something only you can do in your own essence, okay? You're going to create something that only you can create, something that's never been created before inside your energy. I also think you could really work with this energy by taking the stage, even if that stage is just simply sharing your voice online, at a karaoke, at your family dinner, at your friend group, at your book club, right? Make your opinion known. Make your voice be heard. I want to also tell you, just wear Jupiter in Leo like clothes, and wear colors that make you come alive. Wear the colors, go bold, go big and bold. So if you're used to wearing gray, black, brown, and white, wear something brighter, like wear it, own it, boss it. I want to also invite you to laugh more. Laugh, smile, tell a joke. Oh my gosh, tell a joke. I was talking about Jupiter in the 6th house today at my Athena Academy of Astrology, and I could not stop laughing at my own joke, and nobody else was laughing. They were all poker face, and I was just laughing so hard. I don't even know why. I couldn't even see through my own eyes because I was laughing so hard. Yeah, at my own joke. So dance more, dream more, fall in love with life. And if you're not in love with life, start building a life that you can fall in love with. So what's one thing you can do today to make yourself love life a little bit more? Here's another one. Okay? Mentor a child. Encourage someone else's gifts. Yeah. Encourage someone else's gifts. See talent in someone else and comment on it. This is a big one. Stop waiting for permission to become yourself, to do the thing you want to do. You don't need the permission. Give yourself permission. And this is the most important one, okay? I want you to celebrate your wins, celebrate your victories. Yes. Too many people accomplish incredible things and then they immediately move on to the next goal. Say your goal out loud. Say your goal out loud. Be proud. Okay, here's mine. Since last October, I lost 22 pounds. What? I know I'm really tall, so a lot of people don't notice. They don't say anything. Nobody comments. Nobody compliments. Nobody even notices. Nobody. Not even my own kid. Nobody notices. I know it, right? So I'm going first. What's your accomplishment? By the way, that was not easy. Why is that not easy? Because I am 59 years old. Do you guys know what the weight loss journey is like at 59 years old? No, you don't, unless you're 59. Because weight is like super glued to your body. You have to work so hard, so hard, right? Every single thing in my closet fits now. And I am like, Meredith, I don't know how you did it. I am my wedding weight. I got on the scale the other day and I told my husband, and by the way, today's my wedding anniversary. I told my husband, I'm my wedding weight. He was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? So it's fun. Celebrate your wins, you guys. Leo pauses. Leo takes it in. Leo celebrates. Leo honors the journey. Can you let us know in the comments what journey can we honor in your life? That's a small one for me. A big small, right? Have you guys ever seen what 5 pounds of fat looks like in those demonstration things, those big blobs? Yeah, I lost 4 of them. Whoa, right? So I want to honor your journey, and I want you to tell me, which journey should I honor? I want to know. Let's talk about the last year when Jupiter was in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer was asking us to build emotional security, to build security, to freaking build money, to build wealth, financial and emotional, because Cancer is very focused on material security as well. And now life is asking us to become visible, to put ourselves out there, to create, to love, to lead, to inspire, to empower, to celebrate our lives. And the world doesn't need another copy of of you, and you don't need to copy another person. Be original in your activity, in your thought, in the essence of the expression of you. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many people on my TikTok and Instagram are copying my account. They're literally taking my pictures and building an account. And then you can see really, really slightly that there's two eyes in soul navigation or whatever. And then they're contacting people and saying, hi, get a reading with me and I'll cast a spell for you, or I'll make your dreams come true. Just pay me $500. You guys, I will never solicit that way. The only time I solicit is through a video like this, like get this report or buy your chart or come to Seattle or book a reading, right? But I would never, ever, ever directly contact you through a DM ever. I will never go first. I will never solicit you through a DM ever. Please know that. Please know that. Do not get fooled. So right now, over this next year, your soul wants to shine. And it wants to shine in the way in which the house that it's going to be living in wants to express itself. So let's talk about it. I'm so excited. So is Jupiter in Leo? Do you have 0 degrees Leo in your first house? This is Leo rising usually, but hold on one second. You might have Leo rising at 20 degrees. So if Leo is in your first house, see if it starts in the 12th house. You have to see where the 0 degrees is, because it's going to take, right? It's only going to get to 15 degrees in 6 months' time or 7 months' time. So you got to look for the 0 degrees, because that's where Jupiter is at right now. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you 3 things you can do to honor this placement. So if you've got, this is actually usually, this is going to be usually like Cancer rising, and then you have that 0 degree Leo in your first house, but go and check. Okay. And then see if it dips into your second house. So then you would want to listen to the first house, and then you want to listen to the second house for when it gets into the later degrees, and it retrogrades too. So you're going to want to track Jupiter for sure. I want you to become boldly visible. Launch the business, launch the YouTube channel, the podcast, the book, your personal brand, your company, your whatever your goal is. If you want to be a professional athlete, try out, put yourself on the video that you're going to then send to the scout. This is your year to let the world truly see who you are in your authentic, unique self. I want you to also step into a leadership position somewhere, anywhere. It doesn't matter. It can be on the PTA, it could be the school board, it could be your book club, it could be the knitting club, it could be the wine tasting art walk, it could be in a band, it could be inside your family, it could be at art class. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Be a leader. Lead something. Step into the roles where you can inspire, teach, mentor, create, lead others. Volunteer your leadership skills if you need to. Intern somewhere. Stop waiting to feel ready, right? And I want you to know confidence grows only by taking action, taking risks. That's the only way you can grow confidence, is to try. So the last thing I want you to do, if you have 0 degrees Leo in your first house, is I want you to reinvent a part of yourself intentionally. Refresh your appearance, invest in your health and vitality, learn new skills, become the most authentic, joyful version of yourself that is possible. Let your outer life finally reflect who you are on the inside, and be unafraid to present yourself in a new, upgraded version of yourself. Yeah. So the very first thing I want you to do over this next 13 months is invest in yourself. Invest in you. Take your money and put it into you. And you're going to invest in you to build a new income stream. It could be a side hustle, a side business. It could be a 401k. It could be a savings plan, something. Ask for the raise. Raise your prices. Start a business rooted in your natural talent. Use your talents to create a secondary income stream or a primary. Now, the next thing I want you to do is develop your gifts even more strongly. Your greatest wealth will come from cultivating what makes you unique, not copying others. I know you know that, but I want you to invest in your gifts. So let's say you're an artist, but you've never painted with, watercolor or pointillism or acrylic, but you've always used pastels. Invest in developing your talents and developing your gifts. Go to a place or a space where you can learn a little bit of a new technique using your gifts. The last thing I want you to do is think about creating lasting abundance. And what I want you to do is spend your money very, very intentionally. And I also want you to save wisely. So what can you eliminate in your life that is frivolous so you can then instead invest in something more meaningful and build assets in your life that will support your future freedom? And that could be try going in on buying something, right? That's a smart investment that will help you produce an income stream for your future self. I also think, as a little bonus here, that this is a time to redesign your life a bit. So redesign the colors, redesign the fabrics in your house, redesign the paint, the colors. Like you could give your property, your home, your closet, your hair, your concept of beauty a redesign. I also think you should find out which artistic venue gives you the most joy, and you should spend time in that artistic venue or in that artistic medium. Yeah, there's definitely like a tangible artist that lives inside of you, either an appreciator of the arts or the artist within, but that will bring you a lot of joy. Okay, Jupiter in the third house. Your soul's prescription is, over the next year, I want you to teach something. I want you to stand inside the power of your voice. Write, speak, teach, create a podcast, create content, or share your ideas more boldly. So if you're not going to teach something, I do kind of want you to use your voice to inspire. And the second thing is have the conversations that you've been afraid to have. Your words can actually make massive changes for the betterment of yourself or others. You can inspire and uplift far more people than you realize, but you got to use your voice to do it. And lastly, I want you to learn something new. Take classes, learn new skills, and a bonus here, travel locally. I want you to feed your curiosity. Do not spend this year watching TV or doom scrolling. You got to be out there in life, networking and learning and mentoring and teaching and inspiring. Okay, if you have Jupiter in Leo transiting your fourth house, here's your soul's prescription. Build your home, or at least renovate or locate or decorate or create a sanctuary that nourishes your soul. Build the home that you've always dreamt about. And you could even figure out how to refurbish old antique furniture. And you can do it cheap. It doesn't have to spend a lot of money, but design your house. Commit to hanging pictures on your wall. Commit to paint. Commit to learning how to wallpaper if you want to. Commit to, upgrading what your home feels like. You can do so much with just lights, right? Just hanging up lights, strip lights. The next thing I would say is focus on your family. Heal your family story. Become the person who changes the generational pattern instead of just repeating it. Also, you can, this is a great time to do 23andMe if you don't want to do that. You do Ancestry if you don't want to do that. Step into the lore of your family, right? Go visit ancient places where your family came from. Heal your family identity or wounds. Embrace your mama in a new way. Embrace your mom's story. Write your mom's story. Interview your parents. Take down notes of what your birth was like or what their birth was like. Like, learn the family lore and see if you can heal some of those conversations and stories and wounds. The next thing is, and this is really important, strengthen your emotional security and foundation. Invest in inner peace. Instead of chasing the next thing, really learn to sit still with yourself and go into a deep dive into your heart and your soul, and build a new relationship with the concept of sanctuary peacefulness and comfort inside your own body, your own home, your own nest, your own sacred sanctuary. Okay, Jupiter and Leo in the fifth house. If you have Leo in the fifth house, right now, your soul's prescription for the next 13 months is to create without fear. Fearlessly create. Paint, write, perform, sing, dance, design. Start your passion project boldly. Your creativity is meant to be seen. Yeah, it could be something so silly. You could find your best friends and you could just paint rocks for your garden. Anything. You could bake cookies. You could learn how to do pastry. It could be cooking. It could be painting, dancing, anything, my sweet friend, but create without fear. Learn improv. Take acting class, singing class, piano class, right? And the next thing I would say is fall back in love with your life, like when you were little. We didn't need a lot when we were little. We just needed somebody to say, you're safe, you're adorable, you're fun, you're sweet, you're happy. We were so easy to please when we were younger. Fall back in love with life. Prioritize joy and doing things that bring you joy. Prioritize romance. If you don't have a partner and you want one, this is the time to date. Oh my God. This is the time when a soulmate, a romance mate, a lover, a love can sweep you off your feet, or you can sweep them off their feet. So this is the time to really prioritize romance. This is the time to prioritize your hobbies. This is the time for you to prioritize playfulness without guilt. The last thing I want to say, and it kind of sums up what I just said, take inspired risks. This is the year to follow your heart rather than let your fears take over. It's really, really true. You guys, I want to tell you that my Seattle workshop is happening next May 13, 14, 15, and 16 here in Seattle. I've got my curriculum already built. It is going to be awesome. It is so awe-inspiring. I found the most incredible place for us to explore together for our meet and greet. It's on a rooftop bar. I hope I can secure it. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to talk to the place. Oh my God, it is so gorgeous. It is so fun. And I am going to teach you the composite chart. It is going to be so exciting. So that's you and me and what we create in our alchemy together. So you're going to want to bring your person's chart. And then I am also going to teach you about we're going to go so deep into the fifth house, the house of joy, the house of the authentic self, the most vital, radiant, big, giant house filled with generosity and creativity. And we're going to talk about the aspects that you have in your chart to the fifth house and how your fifth house operates and work, not just the sign on the cusp of the fifth house. We're going to go into the planetary placements and the aspects. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And then guess what we're going to do? It's big. It's huge. It's huge. I don't even know if you're ready, but we're going to do a Transits 101 class. So I'm going to teach you how to read transits. What do the transits mean? It is going to be oh my God, so much juicy fruit. It's going to be absolutely succulent. So you can go to shopsoulnavigation.com and you can click on Meredith's Astrology Workshop and Retreats. Make sure the default goes to featured. You need to push the default to go to all and it will pop up. And go get your seat and come join us. We're going to be at Pike's Place Market and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to see you here at my in-person live workshop and meet you in person. We're going to have a ball. So let's talk about Jupiter in Leo in the sixth house. Your soul's prescription for the next 13 months. Upgrade your health. Yeah, you heard me. Build sustainable habits that increase your vitality for years to come. Put your health and wellness first. I also think you should adopt a pet. It can be anything. It can be a hamster, a squirrel. It can be anything that's smaller than a horse, a cat, a dog. This is the time to get a new pet. And a new pet might actually come and find you. This is a time for you to really, really love and nurture an animal. And or you could start a dog walking business, or you could start babysitting your neighbor's cat. But small animals will fulfill your life so much. I also want to tell you, this is the time to upgrade your job. Your daily job. Find work that you genuinely love. Start creating a career that energizes you rather than drains you. Master your daily routines, small improvements every single day, repeated consistently, will completely transform your life. It will actually define your life. You will become your habits. You will become your habits. Yes. If you eat bad food every single day, you will become bad food. That will become your life. So I really want you to invest in the mind-body connection, in the joy of work connection, and in your animal communication. Yes. Yes. There's a lot of abundance. You can even ask for your raise. You can really, really start studying astrology every single day, if you will, to become a master of it. You, my sweet friends, should be at my Athena Academy of Astrology. Honestly, you should be. You should be learning something new that really lights you up. And if you're here, I know you love astrology. So do I. Okay, Jupiter in the 7th house. Well, this is exciting. Your soul's prescription is to start dating again. Now, listen to me. You can date the partner you already have that you're madly in love with. You can try to go out and date new people to find a true soul connection. You can also date yourself. Choose relationships. This is your soul's prescription. Choose relationships that celebrate you. Build partnerships based on the mutual admiration club. Yes, you need people in your life that encourage you, that love you, that adore you, that are generous with you. Yes, you need somebody who is not a liability, who you can look up to and admire, who you can say, that's my partner. And I want you to also think about collaborating with remarkable people. Yes. Do not collaborate with average souls. No, you're going to intertwine your life with remarkable people, and business partnerships and mentors and committed relationships can become a powerful place and resource and source of growth. You can really grow your life when you collaborate with somebody who's extraordinary. So think about extraordinary connections and do not waste your time on people who do not bring hope, faith, love, optimism, generosity into your life. Also, one way to think about this, like, how do I upgrade this, Meredith? Will become the partner that you're seeking. Would you date you? That's an honest question. Would you date you? I would date me, but we'd get into a lot of trouble. It might be dangerous. But it's honest. Like, would you date you? Lead with that. Are you somebody? Now, I wouldn't have said that my whole life. Oh God, no. Oh my God, no. Yeah, no. I would not have dated me. I mean, my life really went off the rails for a little while there, and I would not have dated me. I was actually looking for somebody way better than me. And that didn't work out too well, right? Because that also can create insecurities. So what you need to do is become the person that you would date. And eventually it works out really, really well when you like you. So do you like you? Could you fall in love with you? If you saw you walking down the street, would you go, hey, that's a cool person. That's a cool person. So if not, do the little things you need to do to become the person you are looking for. And I want you to just start with something small. Lead with your warmth. Lead with telling people how you feel about them. Like, wow, don't hold back. Don't hold back. If you've got this in the 7th, celebrate other people. I love that outfit. I love the way you talk. I love the way you think. You're so fascinating. You're riveting. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're fun. You're a great singer. Those pants look good on you. That color is fabulous. Just lead with expressing the truth about them. Be authentic. Be generous. Lead with an open heart. Be warm, kind, right? Jupiter in the 8th house. Let's talk about it. Your soul prescription. This is the time to transform your relationship with trust and intimacy. Allow yourself to become deeply known instead of emotionally guarded. Okay? This is the time to really let your vulnerabilities be known with somebody who you trust deeply. There's another exciting thing about Jupiter in the 8th, and that is Learn about investing and multiplying your wealth. This is a wealth building year for you. And this is a year when you could go into partnership with shared resources to magnify your worth, your security, your wealth. This can be an excellent time to strengthen your long-term financial goals. Learn how to not overpay in taxes or in buying a new car or buying an interest rate or a home, right? Like really study how you can be financially savvy and even brilliant. How to really balance your budget so you can have wealth. So and how can you stretch your dollars but grow your dollars? This is a great time for you to learn and expand your money. I want you to know that this is a year of profound personal transformation. So letting go of fears and saying goodbye to things that have really limited you, that haven't allowed you to tap into your greatest, deepest potential. And so letting those things go in order to let your greater self, your greater goodness emerge is really, really important. So what can you get rid of? What can you let go of? What is toxic in your life? What do you need to cut off? And it can be people, places, things. It could be energy. It could be a mindset. Be willing to transform your whole energy. I want to tell you something else. Your belief system is transforming. So you may no longer believe in the things that you once believed in. So get rid of those. Yeah, I can't tell you how many belief systems inside of me have changed. So take ownership around what you believe in today and get rid of the things that you no longer believe in so you can have a paradigm shift and you can transform at the soul's level. This is very, very exciting. I also want to tell you that you could step into the occult. You could step into the magical arts. You could step into Wiccan, witchcraft. You could step into hoodoo, voodoo. You could step into reading tarot, more astrology, understanding the psychology of life. You could step into Qigong, Tai Chi, Reiki, right? The healing arts. You could go on a shamanic retreat right now. This would be phenomenal for you to rewire your mind. You could work with plant medicine. You could work with holistic medicine. You could work with mind shifts. Yes. You could step into spirit retrieval, soul retrieval. Yeah. And you could also step into mediumship and psychic abilities, clairvoyance. So I can't wait to see what are you going to create. Jupiter in the 8th gets to the bottom. It gets to the truth. You could do detective work. You could go so deep into true crime. Did you guys see my true crime astrology? I only have one show up. I have 2 more that I've already written that I didn't get to do, and I'm thinking about doing them. One is Casey Anthony and the other is Scott Peterson. So I'm thinking of doing those. But I already did the Jorn Vandersloot. You can buy that for $2.99 in my shop if you want to. But there's true crime astrology. It's really, really incredible. If you have Jupiter in the 8th, you should definitely go watch my Jorn Vandersloot, Natalie Holloway. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but I kind of show you how to do true crime astrology. Yeah. So if that is of interest of you, that's $2.99. Go buy it. You'll see. Oh my God, I got so lost in the weeds. It was fabulous. I also have Brian Koberger and I have Johnny Depp. On free on YouTube. You could go watch those for free. And I also have Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, that was awful. True crime astrology. Jupiter in Leo in the 9th house, your soul prescription. Holy moly, guacamole. Please tell me you're traveling. Yeah, you have 13 months to travel. Have backpack, will travel. Expand your world. Please expand your world. Travel, study, teach, publish, pursue higher education, take classes, be a mentor. I don't know, go teach English as a second language in Korea. Do something fabulous with your life that is big and expansive, that absolutely has you stepping into a whole new belief system. Follow your calling. Take a chance on you. You know that song, Take a Chance on Me? Yeah, take a chance on you. And I want you to just go with your calling. What is your calling? And if you don't know, try something. And if it's not it, okay, it's not it. Who cares? Change your mind and try something else. And if that's not it, who cares? Take acting class in LA. Go to New York and take a film class. Work with somebody who is a master guru at something, a master chef, a Julia Childs in France, and go take French cooking class. I'm already jealous. I don't have this, but I want this. I want this. Explore the world, expand your world, follow your calling, explore philosophy. I want you to go get a philosophical book. I'm going to tell you which one to get. Okay, Jupiter in the ninth house, go get this book. This book is so good. Do you have Kahlil Gibran? Oh my God, look at $9. The Prophet, phenomenal. Start here. If you need a place to start philosophically, start here. You don't need to start with Confucius or Plato. Start here. This book has the deepest truths spoken so eloquently and simply, and it is fantastic. Even Bo says so. Even Bo is saying, you better get this book. Start here. You will love this book. And then report back in the comments and let me know what you thought of this book. And I think a lot of you have already read this book, but if you have Jupiter in the ninth by transit and you have not read this book, you need to. This is just, thank me later. Thank me later. You're going to love this book. It is so, so good. I read this book when I was in my 20s and I was so glad I did. And my therapist recommended it to me. And it is very, very healing. It is very, very healing. And you guys tell me if you already know that book. I want you to tell me if you already know that book. I imagine most of you do, but if not, wow. I also kind of want you to, when I said follow your calling, explore philosophy, yes, but explore spirituality, yes. And I want you to be courageous enough to chase what truly excites your soul. Yes. The last little thing I'll say is think bigger. Dream beyond the limits you've unconsciously placed upon yourself. Dream way bigger. I want you to dream bigger than your family dreams. I want you to dream bigger than your friends dream. And I want you to take it on. Take a bite out of life in the biggest, most magnificent way. Okay? Now, Jupiter in Leo in the 10th house. Who has this? Like, there isn't a bad placement for Jupiter. There is not a bad placement. Your soul's prescription is step into your highest professional potential. Start creating your legacy. Apply for the promotion, launch the company, pursue the leadership role. Also, I want you to just work on your true calling, the thing that you want to be remembered for, and put that into the limelight. Step into that gift. So let's say you work at the bank, but that's not your true calling. Your true calling is to, crochet sweaters or make handbags. Step into the making of the handbag and get your passion going. Live your hobby, okay? And let your hobby take flight. Another way to say this is start to become known for your expertise. Build your reputation, build your craft, build your skill set, step by step until you have a whole mountain with confidence and with integrity. Be devoted to the legacy that your soul wants to build. And that leads me to create a legacy. Create a legacy. Focus on the contribution that you most want to leave behind. And that could just be being a great citizen or making the world a better place in some way, picking up plastic in the ocean. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It could be helping build the school. It could be getting information out about the heinous horribleness of data centers being placed in neighborhoods, contaminating and polluting the world, right? It could be anything. It could be you advocating for something, or it could be you pursuing a talent. But what do you want to leave behind? And if you don't know, start journaling about it. Take 13 months to figure out who you want to be remembered for, not just the success you hope to achieve in this lifetime, but how do you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered with a legacy of she loved other people well. That's what I want to be remembered for. So what do I need to do to have that become my legacy? Well, I need to love other people well, right? I want to meet you where you're at and empower you and inspire you inside your life so you feel loved and supported. So I need to go and do just that every day. And you know what's exciting about it? When you're really in the legacy that you want to be remembered for, like when you're in true alignment with your soul that way, it's so fun. That's the kind of life worth living. It's so fun. I think about the Sherpas that help you walk up to Mount Everest. I think they're in their calling. I really do. I mean, they might be in it for other reasons too, but there's no way a person would do that job if that was not the passion that pulsed through their veins. You know what I mean? They will be remembered for that. Jupiter in Leo in the 11th house. Ooh, Leo is in its opposite house. This is Aquarius's house naturally. And so you people are very comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you're probably Libra rising, but your soul's prescription is dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. So I want you to set bold, long-term goals that are unique to you, that inspire you and maybe inspire your community, and maybe involve other people, a network, a group, an organization. How can you use your gifts to make a difference inside groups and organizations? How can you become a part of a group or an organization or a tribe, a soul tribe, like the Soul Navigation community? How can you step into a community in a way that is so unique and creative and fulfilling? You know, it is so exciting to be a part of a mission, a dream that is larger than myself. It's one thing to study astrology for myself and for my client that calls me, and it's a whole nother thing to be here talking to you and the abundance of all of you collectively. That's a whole different kind of euphoria. So how can you step into a big fat giant dream that represents an entire goodness for a community much larger than yourself? So I kind of want you to set this bold goal around a mission or a vision that's bigger than just yourself and lead it, or at least participate in it. Launch it, be a part of it. And I want to also tell you, this is a time for you to make new friends, to become a little bit popular, to put yourself in a leadership position in a group or an organization, or make a new friend at your workout, at your gym, at your book club, in your community pool, wherever, at the park, at the dog park. Surround yourself with new friends. Create new opportunities for new friendships for yourself, and get rid of the friends that bog you down or diminish you or don't have you participating in the glory of your own life. I want you to join community challenges. Join the parade, right? Maybe even put the parade on. Maybe join the committee that puts on the parade for whatever, the St. Patrick's Day parade or the Gay Pride parade or the 4th of July parade or the Halloween Michael Jackson Thriller dance or the, what's it called? The flash mob. Do something that brings a sense of community. I know that's like the first one. But I want you to realize this is a time when you can elevate. This is a time for you to be seen. This is a time for you to shine inside your community. This is the time for you to put your dream. Your dream is like a kite. I want you to go fly your kite high. And I also kind of want you to do your dreams. So if you have a dream to jump out of an airplane or a bungee jump or ride in a hot air balloon or learn how to paraglide or some sort of big, bold, giant thing, or go on a giant hike or climb Mount Everest or go on the Spanish walk, right? The Spanish trail, or go to, I don't know, go experience the Jane Goodall's gorillas, right? I want you to do it, and do it with community. Go on a cruise, go on a historical adventure if you want, but do something large that is your dream. Even if your dream is smaller than that, maybe it's to learn how to crochet. Maybe it's to learn how to quilt, right? Maybe it's to learn how to do something. What is your dream inside of you that is untapped? I want you to step into that so you can elevate your joy and your happiness. And these all kind of blend into one another, but I want you to use your gifts to actually make a difference. Become a leader in a group, build a new network, support meaningful causes. So, what is a cause that you care about and become a part of that and contribute something lasting to the world in which you live in? Yeah. Yeah. What can that be? Because that creates a sense of euphoria. And now I want to share something with you because I want you guys to know about your transits. I want you to know what is happening in your chart. And so I have a super easy, affordable report for you, and I really want to show it to you. It's this one. This is just so exciting. You should be getting this every single year because you need to know about your year's forecast. And it's only $29. But why this is so special and why this is so unique is this is based on your own gorgeous natal chart. This is based on all your own placements. So where Jupiter is, where Venus is, where the moon is, where the sun is inside your own chart by transit. And this is 365 days based on your personal chart. Everybody should have this report. And what I love about this report is you can look up every single day and you can see what is going on in your life. This report will show you where all your transits are happening, and they're different for you based on your chart than me. If we were just talking about Jupiter and Leo, okay, we can talk about that generally, but where it is for you and where it is for me is going to create, and it's going to talk about the aspects that Jupiter is making to your moon, to your sun, to your Venus. So it's really, really detailed. It goes in depth. And I have this report sitting on my desk. And what I do, because I can't memorize everything. And also I'm very much into my clients' charts, not into my own chart as much. But I read about what is this bringing to me? And it actually triggers in me to remember to manifest and to remember which planets are super important today. And so I really love this. So you just go to shopsoulnavigation.com and you just go up here to the little search bar and you can type in 365. Watch this. And I have your daily horoscope, which I recommend that you get. And if you're in a relationship and you want to know your love and romance, what I love about this is it talks about the moon and Mars and Venus. And this is your love forecast. And you don't have to even be inside a partnership to get a lot out of this one, because this one just really tells you the best days for love and opportunities. So I have 2 of these reports. This report is yummy. This is the Yummalicious. And I recommend it because it goes deep into the very best days to optimize for your life. Okay, let's talk about Jupiter in Leo in the 12th house and your soul's prescription. I want you to really know, and believe me, I feel this one, to slow down and reconnect with your soul. Your greatest expansion actually for the next 13 months comes through stillness, reflection, spiritual growth, and focus. Focus on your internal desires, and then I want you to nourish those exact desires. So this is like sit still with yourself and connect with divine spirit. I kind of want you to work on opening your third eye. I would love to teach you how to do that. I used to teach that. Oh my God. I taught that for like 15 years, and I made candles to support it, to attract money, to attract love. To attract prosperity, to attract your communication and connection with your guardian angel, to attract fertility. And I taught giant workshops at the yoga studio over here. And it was one of the most rewarding parts of my job. I went all around the Seattle area to yoga studios, and I taught people how to manifest and go into their third eye. And it was so riveting. And I've lost my way with that because now I've opened up my Athena Academy and I'm on YouTube. I wasn't on YouTube when I was doing that. And I miss it. But when you reconnect with your soul, what happens is you make magic. You literally stand in your divine power. I'm not kidding. You stand in your divine power, and it is magical. You become the great manifester for real. And I used to, oh my God, you guys, I used to teach people how to manifest, and then I wanted their success stories. And some of the people that came, one time I had 75 people at my workshop, 2-hour workshop in manifesting, and we used crystals and we did healing drumming. It was just amazing. And sometimes by the time people drove home, they had already manifested their wish and they saw their wish come into the manifested concrete form. And they would write to me about it, their emails. And so this is very, very profound. And this is very, very powerful. So I want you to know when I say your stillness, I kind of mean your stillness, but your spiritual connection to the divine energy through your third eye. And so really take on meditation or stillness, take on your own energy. Now, the second thing, your soul's prescription, is release what your spirit has outgrown. And sometimes this is a little bit sad because it can be a family member, it can be a loved one, it can be a friend. But I want you to forgive yourself for outgrowing people, places, or things, or adventures, or opportunities. Forgive yourself, grieve them, send them off on their way. You don't even have to tell them. Heal the emptiness that bubbles up and prepare for the powerful new beginning that Jupiter will bring you once it crosses your ascendant and moves into the first house. So right now you're in that stillness, but Jupiter is about to cross your ascendant and then it will boom into the first house. And that's probably in a year's time. And it's going to be, you're preparing for one of the most powerful times in your life. When Jupiter sits on the ascendant and crosses into the first house, that is one of the most powerful times in your life. And so right now you're planting the seeds, to grow that opportunity. So what does your future self want? That's what you're going to try to figure out right now. And you're going to be in the stillness in order to figure out what your soul really wants. In order to do that, you have to start releasing what your spirit has already outgrown. So forgive that you've outgrown those people. I really want you to start the manifestation of your new chapter. You can start it right now. The other thing I want you to do is trust what is happening behind the scenes. So even if you cannot see the manifestation of your dreams, of your creative mind, right? It's still growing. There's profound transformation quietly unfolding beneath the surface. Now, when Jupiter enters the 12th house, sometimes there are losses, and these losses can be very painful. But I want you to know that your soul is expanding. Think about the size of Jupiter. Remember, I was talking about it with the first house. Think about the size of Jupiter in the house of the infinite. Your potential is infinite. Your imagination, your creativity is absolutely enormous right now. And so what I want you to do is I want you to fuel your imagination, your creativity, your hopes, and your dreams. I also want you to learn how to connect to spirit. I think that you should definitely study Dr. Michael Newton, my mentor. And hopefully you guys have listened to my interview. It's on my YouTube channel. Just search on my channel, Meredith with Dr. Michael Newton. He's one of my favorite human beings in the whole wide world. This is when you can develop your intuition. This is when you can literally study where does the soul live in between lifetimes. This is where you can astro travel. This is shamanic healing, shamanic teaching, shamanic work, shamanic journeying. This is soul retrieval, Reiki, intuition, psychic ability. This is so intuitive. This is mental telepathy. And I don't get anything from this. I just love him. And I want you guys to know my heart and my soul and what has shaped me. And I want to share the goodies that I've learned along the way with you. And so this is a very, very divine and spiritual awakening. You're having a divine awakening. You are actually getting to learn the truth about the meaning of life without having to leave this earth plane to get the spiritual download, the Akashic records, if you will, downloaded into you to then go out into the world and share them either verbally or through your own behavior. Just emulation. Right? You're getting the download for the answers to the meaning of life. Why were you born? Who am I? Where does the soul live in between lifetimes? Where do I go after I die? And I also want to tell you that this is a great time for you to tell people what your plans are for your body after your soul leaves. So make a will. And it doesn't have to be gruesome or gross. That is a ritual, right? And you want to be the person who is in charge of that ritual. And you don't want, I don't know, your brother's cousin making the decisions about you when it is something very sacred to you. This is so sacred, Jupiter in the third house. Write down in your journal what is sacred to you and then live that sacred life on a daily basis. What is sacred to you? For me, it's like tranquility and Zen. And I'm not very good at it, and I'm super clumsy with tranquility and Zen because I usually operate with enthusiasm and optimism, which buzzes at a much higher vibration. But I want to live in tranquility and Zen. And so that's a goal, right? And you might not be perfect at it, but just try. I do find that oftentimes we lose something to divine spirit, but the truth is we never really lose it, right? It just turns into a different kind of form. I love being here with you. I love teaching you astrology. Thank you for liking this video. Please share this video, even with just yourself or with somebody else who you know loves astrology. Please share my work with anybody who you feel will benefit from it. And come to Seattle, consider it at least, May 13, 14, 15, 16, 2027. And also, I'd love to see you at the Athena Academy of Astrology, wherever you live in the world. I hope you're wonderful. I hope that you know that I'm cheering you on and I'm supporting you in your dreams, your opportunities, and your endeavors. And I'm sending you a lot of love from Seattle, Washington, right here where I live. Take good care. Bye for now.